Elephant in the room, worship music feels like a tech startup. You need a MIDI controller, 2 delay pedals, 1 giant reverb, and a minor in computer science just to play 4 songs on the Sunday. And the crazy part, it wasn't always like this. I remember a time you could show up with a guitar, plug into an amp, maybe a DS1 distortion pedal if you were fancy, and that was it. We used to make a joyful noise. Now it feels more like we're trying to make a perfectly mixed, tonally accurate, sonically layered experience. Look, I'm not against gear. I love gear. But somewhere along the way, we lost something. So today, I want to show you what happened at a recent worship rehearsal, compare it with a simpler session, and hopefully help us find our way back. It's October 2025. Our setlist has songs like Praise, This Is Amazing Grace, and Praise You Anywhere. All great songs, but here's the problem. They need specific effects if you want to be faithful to the recording. Let's take This Is Amazing Grace. Here's what the part sounds like dry. And here's what it sounds like with effects. That tone, that's a pitch shifter, 70% octave up, 30% octave down, through a high-speed vibrato and a dual delay set to dotted eighth and eighth note settings. In other words, that's a lot of tap dancing for one verse. And here's the thing, I don't expect a 15-year-old to know this, and if he does know it, I'm worried he's spending more time tweaking pedals than learning how to actually play the guitar well. Because in the studio, the guitarist had all day to set up the chain. Live, you need the reflexes of a mongoose to trigger everything on time, and the grace of a flamingo not to hit the wrong switch. Then there's the stereo obsession. Somehow, mono became a sin. When I started, the chain was simple. Guitar, pedal board, amp. 1 amp, mono, done. But now we want glorious stereo imaging. Ping pong delays that bounce off each other between the left and right speakers because that's what's on the album. So during rehearsal, I accidentally summed everything to mono in my quad cortex preset. Suddenly, those lush stereo delays collapsed to the middle. Was it a worship-stopping moment? No, but did people notice? Oh yeah. And that's when it hit me. The real issue isn't our tone, it's our expectations. We've built this culture where excellence equals replication, where faithful to the recording somehow replaced faithful to the moment. I started serving in worship ministry when I was 14. I had a Strat copy, a 10-watt amp, and absolutely no clue what tone crafting meant. My focus was simple. Am I strumming on time? Am I staying out of the way of the keyboardist? Am I I listening to the band? And honestly, that was enough, because in the pre-YouTube, pre-streaming era, nobody cared about
the mix.
They cared about the moment. Then came the internet and suddenly we all knew too much. Pedalboards got bigger, expectations got heavier. We stopped worshipping with our gear and started worshipping through it. So I decided to run an experiment. Experiment number 1, ditch the fancy effects. Vibrato and pitch shifters are in vogue, but they don't always translate well live. Sometimes the beautiful wobble on the record becomes chaos when the key changes. So I stripped them out. Here's how those parts sounded like. Experiment number 2, play old school. 2 days later on Sunday, we did You Feel the Mountains Tremble, a classic from my youth. This time, strip all the effects back, just play with 1 delay, 1 overdrive. And something amazing happened. I wasn't chained to my pedalboard anymore. I was free. I could respond to the MD's cues. I could actually worship instead of watching my board. And for the first time in a long time, I felt alive. It felt like coming home, like hearing your own voice again after years of chasing someone else's. We talk a lot about excellence in worship, but excellence isn't complexity, it's clarity. The Spirit isn't waiting on our signal chain to move. He's waiting on our surrender. And maybe the most excellent worship you can lead isn't the one with perfect tone, but the one with a present heart. So here's my challenge. Simplify your effects chain. Lower your expectations. Stop chasing the record and start chasing the moment. Try one Sunday with fewer effects and more heart. Then come back and tell me what you noticed. If this resonated, share it with your worship team. And when you're ready, click the next video where we talk about 3 habits that kill live worship. I'll see you there.